Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are taking a look at the top monocolor decks for this week. I didn't really want to write out for this week on the thing, so it's just March 2024. I don't expect I'm going to do this more than once a month anyway, so we'll just call this March's. Take a look at the top monocolor decks. So in this thing, we're going to take a look at the 5 colors, and we're going to see which decks are doing the best and see how that reflects within the current meta. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, last scion of the clan McSuckit, Dr. Yukon Suckit. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Suckit. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my, say it with me, secret underground headquarters. And I'm bringing to you a collection of decks today. I decided that I wanted to see what the best monocolored deck was for each of the colors. And I thought, I'd like to see colorless as well. But you know what? There's no colorless deck that shows up anywhere in anything as far as I can tell. So I'm thinking, maybe tomorrow I'll try to put together a colorless deck. We'll just see how that works out. But for today, it's just 5. 5 decks, 1 for each of the colors. Blue, black, white, red, and green. And we're going to see which one's doing the best this week based upon the stats gathered by Untapped.gg, which is Dr. Yukon Suckit's favorite provider of metadata and tracking of decks. I do not get paid for that. In fact, I should go to them and get a free account. Instead, I actually pay them for an account. Like a sucker. All right, so the decks we're looking at have the best win rate for their particular color. And there was a couple surprises in it to me. So before we get out there and take a look at it, though, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrel, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. And here's your first deck. All right, playing against Ponney. Nope, it's Ponney. I'd always try to pronounce these things. Keep. Mono white humans. That guy looks like he's hanging out with bats. All right, I'll tell you, we'll put you out. Boink. Hopefully it won't just kill him immediately. All right, 2 mana. That's Copcourt Vanguard. Considering we're playing against mono red, they're going to be doing probably mono red aggro. We're playing white aggro here. Yeah, that's his biggest advantage. See, I got life gain, which is going to be great. I should wait till I have 4 mana before I play him, though. All right, cool. 2 recruitment officers. I know everybody pumps these guys up. I'm going to wait until I can actually, have a little bit more than 3 dudes out. Don't wipe the board, you stupid jerk. Let's go humans. Pump. Make them stronger. Maybe they can survive a little bit longer. All right, I'm going to go for just the throat. Down to 9. All right, we've got lethal right now. Is he going to wipe the board? Is he going to throw something down? That would be extraordinarily bad. Nope. He's counting on his future, which doesn't exist. You don't have a future, man. You lost. I didn't even get a chance to love the life gain I just got back. Victory! All right, so we are with Mono White Humans. Mono White Humans, I mean, it's been around for years now. It's always in the top 5 decks. The interesting thing you see here, I'm seeing here, is Sanguine Evangelist, which is not a human, not in any way. I mean, sure, it's vaguely human-shaped, but yeah, that's a vampire cleric, not a human. But she does have Battle Cry, which is fantastic. Each other attacking creature gets +1/+0. And it's like, I know we just really wanted this to be, you know, a human cleric or something. But yeah, it got put in here. Cool. We didn't see it in the game we played, but it's interesting to see a non-human in Mono White Humans. It's cool to see, you know, newish cards still showing up inside here. Man, things are go back so far. I mean, look, that's from the werewolf set. That is from like 1 billion years ago. Is this deck going to still hang out? I mean, that's not human right there either. There's only 2 of it. That's because you're trying to keep some guys alive, really. Yeah. What can you say? We've all played against Mono White Humans. It's still one of the best decks in the meta right now. I'm not surprised that this particular version did. It was just most surprising to see Sanguine Evangelist in there. I think it's a great card. I love it inside, was it War Leader's Call? Because of the fact that, you know, you get so much value out of, was it 3 creature drops for this one? It's a little staggered, it's a little slow, but then you get Battle Cry as well. That's just space awesome. All right, so there you go. This week, Mono White, it's Mono White Humans. All right, playing against kamosu. Keep speeder hover bike. You cannot be blocked. What? Ninjutsu! Well, looks like our friend Gingerbread's going to have to be who gets to be super awesome. All right, let us put out the Gingerbread. And let's just put this guy out. That's fine. Tap. Let's bounce this guy back. That's fine. Let's get rid of the bounce. Let's put it that way. Tap. This guy becomes huge and toxic-y. All right, let's start off with this. Oh. Motorbike. All right, we got one left. Let's just show them what love is. I don't need that. I feel free to kill yourself a Moon Circuit hacker if that's what you like. And lose those precious counters you got there. You got green, man. I don't know what you're planning on doing. There's no direct damage unless you got a creature out. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Create a treasure. I don't really care. Send him in. I can always bounce back Unctus using the ninjas to turn that guy into a super dude, which is I'm going to have to do that apparently. Ninja! Did I pick him? Nope. Alright, cool. So he's down to 5. We'll be able to turn one of these guys into a sweet-ass super buff dude. I'll be able to tap that guy. Alright, I'll tap that guy. We'll take one of them down. It doesn't really matter at this point, does it? I guess I go and take out the guy with flying, huh? Alright, let's go for you. Take out Flying Boy. And this will go in. And we win! In your face! Mono green! Victory! Here we are with Mono Blue Tempo. You know, it's funny. I don't even bother to look at Mono Blue Tempo decks anymore. Just because I know what it means. Haughty Djinn and a bunch of counter spells, right? You know what's not in this deck? Haughty Djinn and a bunch of counter spells. There's not a single counter spell in this entire thing. In fact, it's the good blue. Bounce, bounce, tap, tap, tap. Turning artifacts into super buff guys. Yeah, man, this is really decent. I actually fully 100% approve of this deck. And the fact that it's currently, right now, this day's #1 winningest mono blue deck out there, it gives me hope for the future of Magic cards. So, man, that is fantastic. What did I like about this deck quite a bit? I like the fact that it's got some tricks. I like the fact that it puts out some nice little artifacts. And I like the fact that some of them have, like, you know, the ability to can't be blocked or flying. And we have at least 2 different dudes that are able to make them into 4/4s or 5/4s, right? So that is fantastic. Plus, we're seeing ninjas again. Can you believe it? Ninjas are back. I guess they never really left. But the fact that in a #1 deck, that ninjas are so predominantly shown, that's crazy. I mean, this is from Kamigawa. I mean, if it had, you know, it should have rolled out last September, but they're here and they're holding it together. So I am very pleased. All right, well, there you go for this week. Mono Blue best deck, Mono Blue Tempo. All right, playing against Hodor. Horde 0 R. Are we able to make it with 2 Mishra's Foundries? I don't like when your fish swims at the same pace as my fish. I find it disturbing. I'm going to bat you. I'm going to take a look at your hand and take out a card. Here it comes. You cut your own, huh? No attack. Everything's cool. Yeah, we're cool. We'll take it. What do we got? Still the opponent's turn. All right, that's who you're scared of, huh? These guys are, what, 3s to put out? All right, so we'll start off with this. We'll do a little bit of cut downiness. You put out your other little dude. And in next. All right, so we're taking poison counters, unfortunately. Go. Oh, we can't go for throw. It's an artifact, isn't it? Oh, he's got another one. Well, that guy's not an artifact, is it? Token creature, sacrifice. We're not getting very far with only 1 point of lifelink every turn. All right, cool. Cut down. This guy seems to be screwed by his lack of blue mana. Assemble. All right, make a little bit of traction. Yeah, shouldered sounds great. I'm at the 5. Sholdred. Sholdred. Everybody knows it's a little Sholdred. Alright, keep drawing cards like you like to. Six. Eh. Alright, what do we got going on here? If I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just, I don't want to lose shoulder here. Yeah, that sounds like good fun. I can still do this, and he can take something out. Let's just be safe for the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything other than lose a land out of the deal. He's down to 2. Alright, so all we have to do is keep shoulder alive, and we win. And so we win. Victory! Alright, taking a look at mono black aggro. I looked at this, I thought, this is just mono black mid-range. How is this mono black aggro? I can tell you, every time I played this deck, though, it felt like the amount of flying little dudes was just over the top. We had so much of it. Maybe it was just the luck of the draw, but I mean, really, if you take a look at it, it's 4, 4. But these guys are 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, that kind of thing. So you can see it really is loaded at the bottom of the range here, which is really putting the aggro front and center on this particular deck. That was what was weird, is that, yeah, it's like all the times I played this deck, I was really coming at him with Deep Cavern Bats and Buried Dream Thieves. And that did like 50, 60% of the damage right there. Altogether, it worked well, and it's hard to believe that this literally is the mono black deck with the highest win rate this week. So cool. It was different. Still you're playing with the same cards, but just you can see how weighting the cards, how putting a lot more of it towards the bottom end rather than towards the mid or the top makes for an entirely different play experience. All right, so there you go. Mono black aggro, best mono black for this week. I are playing against the French delay. I don't know what that means. All right, cool. It's definitely a path forward. Keep it. Opponent goes first again. Yeah, the Magic's got out for me with this deck. I have not been allowed to play it first yet. All right, here we go. Problem is now we're gonna lose out on the next thing unless we pull somebody cool on the next turn, which we don't have. Everything's 3. We got something good. Monetary Swift Sphere, Kumano, and in. All right, we'll get Squee out on the next turn. That sounds like fun. Yeah, this guy's going slow, unfortunately for him. Yeah, if I was him, I'd be super pissed right now. He's down to 7. That's what you need. You need something big. All right, we got 4. We're just going to go ahead and put him out. And another. That's how you win it with mono red. Victory! Alright, so here we are with mono red aggro. It is an incredibly boring lineup. We've seen it a billion times before. It's interesting that Chandra's still around and in it. She's not quite as aggro as I'd hope. I mean, she could do that additional point of damage and get you extra mana, which is great. So there's no, she's nothing to sneeze at. She's just, I've been seeing her being left out a lot lately. She is old. She's from the Vampire set, which is like the second oldest set that we currently are playing with in Standard. But yeah, mostly this is for all the new people out there. If you're looking for an incredibly good deck to play, this is it. It takes very little brain power, but it just goes nuts. The big thing that stands against it, number one, is other mono red aggro decks. Then you go second. You'll lose. The first one to play always ends up winning. That's just the way it is. Secondly, if people are playing life gain, they could just completely keep gaining their life back. But a lot of times you can overwhelm them. That's not so bad. The last thing is if you're playing against mono black and they just start killing your guys off because you guys are so cheap and so easy to kill, and they just go ping, 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 and then you can't do anything. You need to kill them by mid game, or else you've lost. But anyways, other than that, this deck is fantastic. It is got the highest win rate of all the mono decks that are currently out there right now. So this is the one you're looking for. If you are used to playing Magic, you probably played this deck yourself. This isn't any big surprise. All right, so there you go for this particular week. Mono red aggro. This is the version that is the best. All right, playing against B the Ep to E. B Ep E. I don't know what that means. Maybe there's supposed to figure out like Hangman. All right, single one. Let's get out the adaptive. Keep this for destroying any enchantments we don't particularly care for. Let's get that old aggro style here. Pump a jam, pump it up. Get your booty on the dance floor. What do we got for 3? We got an Archduke's Charm, which also will take out enchantments and artifacts. All right, nothing to do. Take it in. All right, next turn we got 4 coming out. You got haste, right? Yeah, you absolutely do. He's got a lot of mana. All right, 3/4. That's not going to do us any good. Let's just put out our friend, the Death Butcher here. Pop, pop. What do you got going on there? Flying Vigilance. And that's pretty much it. All right, so we'll have to kill it at some point here. We just had to wait till we got 4 out, and we didn't have the mana for it until now. Shoot! Nothing else I could do. Played it crazy. What does this do, by the way? Draw a card? All right, let's just go. And Hexproof. All right, 5 in. All right, he's down to 9. We get the Doomscroll Warrior, can go ahead and back up, right? I was just putting that guy out for. That guy seems like a giant wuss. He's got nothing better to do. I tell you, why don't you go draw a card? I guess maybe I could have waited until later on in his turn. We didn't have some, more options there. Was it collect 4 evidence? You got just enough. All right, everybody should just start pumping at this point. And in we go. Full on body shots. And we win. Suck it, sucker fish. Suck it. We're looking at mono green aggro. What's so hot about mono green aggro right now is that you think in mono green you got these giant guys. Mono green aggro doesn't go for that. The aggro part of it is really about getting them out early. There's not a lot of haste going on here. We got just enough fights to be able to eliminate the mid-game, challengers you got out on the board there. But you're coming in at 3 and at 4 with multiple guys like all the time. And it's so hard to put up a good defense. I mean, worst case scenario, you got Plukinos who you at whatever 6 plus some life, you could turn into something space awesome. Let's take a look at that guy. 6/6 with reach and lifelink. Plus has the value of being killed and turning into a couple of other guys. But, so you got that as a backup. But yeah, the aggro part of this is really just the mid-range push, which is so hard for people to keep up with. Mono black probably has it. Anybody that has a board wipe has the ability to take you down. But, every deck has its kryptonite, and you just got to pick which one you like playing against, right? All right, so there we go for mono green. And this week we've got mono green aggro. All right, so those were the 5 decks, best of their particular colors. Like I say, mono red, whatever. Mono white, sure. You're going to see the humans and aggro, absolutely. We're very familiar with those. But below that, things started to sort of get kind of weird. Mono black was pretty much what I expected, except for the fact that the super reliance on the low-end flying guys, it was pretty amazing, and I like that quite a bit. Green, I just recently played a mono green aggro deck, so that didn't surprise me. Blue, I was blown away from. I couldn't believe it. I mean, there was not a counterspell in it. No hottie gins. What's the other thing that comes out? 5/5 with ward. I forget what that's. Not a crab or something, is it? I mean, all those things you always saw in mono blue tempo. Not a single thing. Not even card draw. It was amazing. So anyways, that was my biggest surprise. Mono blue tempo was different. It was awesome and it was excellent. It gives me a hope for the future. So until next time, if you end up playing with any of these decks, I hope that you have as good a time with them as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.